What I do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. So before I get going on this video, man, I'ma need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy so we can continue to grow like we need to grow here. Alright, so with all that out the window, man, y'all see what the title of the video is, man. The reason Errol Spence versus Eugenijus Ugas is still ducking. Alright, so cool. Let me just say first and foremost, man, Eugenijus Ugas versus Errol Spence, man, I actually think it's a good fight. I think it's a good fight, man. I think it's, it's a very interesting stylistic clash between two top welterweights. I think that it's also a meaningful fight, given the fact that it's a unification fight. So it's very meaningful. And overall, man, I just think it's a good fight. But with all that being said, man, it's just not the fight that we need right now as boxing fans. It's not the fight that we want. It's not the fight that boxing needs. Therefore, it's a fight in the way of the fight that boxing needs, in the way of the fight that boxing wants. Honestly, man, I really feel like, based on Errol Spence and his team making these maneuvers in order to set up this fight, honestly, man, I feel like it's ducking. And I feel like the chances of a Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight happening are slim to none at this particular point. So the reason I say that, man, is honestly and truly, you really got to look at the patterns when it comes to Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. This ain't our first rodeo, man. This ain't the first time we've seen a barrier placed in front of Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. And again, you got to pay attention to the patterns here, man. There's a pattern of Errol Spence placing barriers in front of the fight and Terence Crawford doing any and everything he can do in order to remove those barriers so he can make the fight happen with Errol Spence. If we take it all the way back, to get a belt first, the side of the street, the easy route, the 60, 40, 70, 30, the 60, 40, 70, 30, or whatever I give you. Listen to all these barriers that Errol Spence placed in front of the fight. Okay? And look at all the efforts and all the things that Terence Crawford has done in order to remove those barriers from the fight. When we talk about the get a belt first, we seen Terence Crawford get the WBO belt and look for the Errol Spence and the Keith Thurman smoke when he moved up to the welterweight division. When you talk about the easy route, Errol took his easy route. He fought Sean Porter. He fought Danny Garcia. Those were the dudes that were at the forefront of the easy route. He couldn't get Pacquiao, but that ain't got nothing to do with Terence Crawford or his inability to take the easy route. When you look at the side of the street, Terence Crawford fired Bob Arum, eliminated the side of the street, and now he can fight on Showtime, he can fight on ESPN, he can fight on DAZN, he can fight on whatever network he want to fight on because he's a free agent. You look at the fact that the 60, 40, 70, 30 thing, first of all, that ain't even a real offer to begin with. Nobody's sent anything over, nobody's offered anything. But Bud has made it clear that he's looking to make the fight at any and every turn. Nevertheless, every time each barrier is cleared, a new one is placed in its way. And that's exactly what we got here with this Errol Spence versus Eugenijus Ugas fight. It's another barrier, another hurdle placed in the way of Terence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence on behalf of Errol Spence. Once again, now I know a lot of y'all thinking right now, y'all like, well, King David, man, get to the point, bro. Like, what you mean, bro? Like, how is this a barrier? This is a unification fight. It should be a good fight. We are kind of excited about it. Unification, you can't call that a duck, but you can call it a duck. One way you call it a duck is because there's a pattern of this behavior. There's a pattern of different barriers being placed in front of the fight. But in addition to that, let's look further into this particular situation. Let's look at the fact that Errol Spence paid this guy, Stanionis, to step aside in order to fight Eugenijus Ugas. Why in the hell would you need to do that? Why in the hell would you need to pay a guy, step aside money, in order to fight the inferior fight of the division? You got the biggest fight in the division, Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, that's ready to go, rearing to go. You got the biggest fight that's rearing to go, but you pay step aside money so you can take the lesser of the two fights. Where'd I do that at? When and where in boxing has anyone paid step aside money for a smaller or an inferior fight? Who does that, and why would you do that if not to get away from the guy who's the bigger fight? You think to yourself, Ugas has a belt, that's why he's fighting Ugas. Well, Terence Crawford has a belt as well. There's nothing that Ugas brings to the table that Terence Crawford doesn't bring to the table. When you talk about accolades, when you talk about a belt, when you talk about money, Terence Crawford is superior to Eugenijus Ugas as an opponent, superior to Eugenijus Ugas as an opponent in every single way there is. So how do you justify fighting a Eugenijus Ugas over a Terence Bud Crawford? If you listen to some of his fans, they say it's because it's a tune-up. Well, is it because of a tune-up, or is it because it's strap season? Because you gotta pick one at the end of the day. If it's a tune-up, then you gotta take the L, because Earl said he don't need no tune-ups. And if it's strap season, why come out your pocket money so that way you can fight in an inferior, less lucrative fight than the one you already have in front of you on the table? Earl and Team Earl came out of their pocket to pay Stanionis so they wouldn't have to fight Bud Crawford, and that's literally what it boils down to. Money that you could have used to pay Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, you could have put that in their purse. You took it out of their purse and gave it to a Aegis, or you gave it to a Stanionis, in order for you to prevent the biggest fight in boxing from happening at the end of the day. That's all there is. That's all it could be. But then I'm not done, because you paid this dude step aside money, and not step aside money, plural. That means that after this Ugas Errol Spence situation is resolved, what's to stop Stanionis from standing in the way once again and deciding that he wants the winner of that fight? And Errol Spence and his fans justifying the fact that he has to fight Stanionis because he's a mandatory fight, quote unquote. So not only do we have to suffer through this Ugas fight, but afterwards we may have a potential Stanionis fight that may come right afterwards, along with the other mandatory for the WBA, Butte. But even if you don't want to count Butte, think about the other guys around the division who are in position to challenge Errol Spence. Think about the Victor Ortizes and the Jerron Boots Ennises, who are sitting right in that prime spot for those belts. The WBC, when you're talking about Virgil Ortiz at the number 1 spot. The IBF, when you're talking about Jerron Boots Ennis in the number 3 spot. Think about those guys being in prime position for a fight to be mandated and ripe for them to challenge Errol Spence for one of those belts. And then think about the fact that Earl could have to vacate one of those belts in order to fight a Bud Crawford or anybody else should he decide to do so at any point in time. So if Errol Spence has to vacate one of these belts, because that's definitely a possibility given the fact that these guys are in position. If Errol Spence has to vacate, would that justify the bullshit that he's doing right now? If Jerome Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz and Iga Staniotis and Butte decide that they do not want to step aside, it means that Errol Spence Jr. decided to shit on this perfect opportunity to make a fight with Terence Bud Crawford, because he does not want to fight Terence Bud Crawford at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, the plan all along was to be put in this kind of situation and not fight Terence Bud Crawford. That's how I'm feeling right about now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's kind of crazy because at one point, man, I was optimistic about the fight, man. But this recent move by Errol Spence leads me to believe he has no intention of fighting Terence Bud Crawford to begin with. You don't pay guys step aside money if you have intention of fighting. You could have fought Terence Crawford, and then next year, after you beat Terence Crawford, if you beat Terence Crawford, of course, then next year, when all the business is wrapped up with the WBA, could have turned around and you could have picked up that belt later on this year. So you tell me, is it Duckin? Because I damn sure think so. I'm going to end the video right here, man. Let me know what you think. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like the video or subscribe to the channel. And everybody, make sure you like the video. But until next time, man, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, good. God damn. Why ain't nobody tell me my sound was fucked up? You know what I'm saying? I'm over here sounding like R2D2 and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just caught that. I'm over here sounding like R2D2. My bad, y'all. I seen niggas hitting it. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Let me check this sound, man. That's why I always gotta check my sound, man, cause shit always go wrong with my sound. You know what I'm saying? Let me check that motherfucker one more time and make sure we on the up and up, goddamn, cause I can't believe I was on this.
No, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Box or die. Yo, yo, yo. You might have to end the live. Nobody can hear you. Yo, 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 yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yo,
Yo.
yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, man.
Your
I
shit
be
was
having
going
technical difficulties like a motherfucker, man.
on. You
Be
good?
crazy.
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling, man. Talking this good boxing, man. You know what I mean? What's on your mind, fam? Where you
Nah,
from? And what's on your mind?
I'm from Boston. I just came up on it. This is my first time ever joining the panel. I just came up on here to see what's going on with y'all.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, nah, man. Just talking some boxing, man. This is the second time in this live I done had some technical difficulties, so I'm over here sounding like R2D2. I just
It's doing it again. Yo, yo.
can you hear me? Wow. Can you hear me? Okay, fam. I don't know. Fam dropped off, man. He probably got tired of all the technical difficulties. Right now, I'm on the struggle live right now. Okay, he came back. What's going on with you, fam?
My fault, bro.
Nah, you all good, man. It's me, man. I gotta get my shit straight, man. I may have to end this live and start it again or something, cause this shit crazy. We got somebody else in the building too, man. But before I bring them on, man, go ahead and speak your piece, man. What's on your mind? What do you think about what I'm talking about today? What's on your mind? Talk to the people.
I honestly I didn't even know. I just joined the panel just to just to talk boxing with y'all. Y- Your mic is going out again. But boxer die. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother?
Yo,
Yo,
you there?
yeah.
Okay, can you hear me good now?
Yeah, we're getting. I get you loud and clear now.
Okay, cool.
What
Damn, man,
What are you on the microphone?
yeah, I'm on the mic right now, man, and it's
I think that's what it is. That mic, probably. I'm on my
damn.
phone, so
I might have to unplug the mic or something in order to keep the show going because this is crazy out here, man. But yeah, man. If it happens again, I'll just take it out. But yeah, man. We pretty much talking about the move Errol Spence made to pay Stanley to step aside money and pretty much how it's we see what's happening now with Keith Thurman now putting himself in place in order to be the mandatory for that WBC belt. And
yeah, your mic is messing up a little bit again, but I heard a little bit what you were saying. Um, yep,
yeah, I'm here now. Can you hear me better?
yeah, it's better now.
All right, cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the crux of the conversation, man. We're just talking about how his team, Errol Spence's, is continuing down the easy route, man. That's what we're talking about, man. With this Thurman fight, we see how it's working out. From the moment
Mhm.
I've seen Stanionis pay step aside money, them pay Stanionis step aside money, I already knew what the play was. That Errol Spence would quote unquote need to be in all these mandatory fights prior to getting in the ring with Crawford, and we just seen them play. So that's pretty much what the topic of the conversation is. So let me get your thoughts on it, then I'm gonna go ahead and go to Bold, see what he thinks about it.
Okay. Oh well, my thoughts on it is like Errol Spence. Like, remember that meeting that he had with Terence Crawford when it was face to face.
Yeah.
He said that shit right in front in Terence Crawford's face. I'm gonna go take the easier road, which was, I mean, I'm gonna fight these guys over here. I'm gonna capture all these belts, and then you're gonna have to take the lower money because I got all these belts and quote unquote I'm doing a little bit better numbers than you. So that's what I think of. Like, he's standing on his word, but like you can critique it, but he's standing on what he's saying. But
Mm.
if he don't fight Terence Crawford after this, then I'm gonna just call that a duck because that was his whole goal. That was the whole thing he'd been saying from the beginning when he first blew up.
Mm. Mm. Okay. All right, let's go to Bo. Just came through in the chat, man. Bo, what you think about it? What you think about what I was talking about tonight? If you could have heard me, I don't know if I was sounding like R2D2 and shit tonight. But if you heard me, what you think about all this, man? All this ducking, dodging, and maneuvering Earl Spence doing right now?
Yeah, man. It sounded like Skynet was taking control of your mic, man. Not, man. See, the thing is, Earl, when he listed names when they met up, your Dennis Ugas wasn't on that list. And I've been called it a duck. The minute he said, because the only easy route he said was Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? I just think he just kept moving the goalposts as, the pressure kept building up. He was getting that pressure from Bud. So he just started, finding back doors and side doors and trap doors. And he like, oh shit, I'm gonna go try to go fight Danny. Oh damn, let me go try to make that fight with Pacquiao. And then when he's really trapped, all of a sudden they pulled out a step aside payment. Like, oh, let me run the Ugas. Because you remember that dude went 0-30, you know what I'm saying? Like when it was going to be either between, he had a choice between Bud and Boots. And that motherfucker did a Houdini and shit, paid a damn, you know what I'm saying, step aside money just to try to get Ugas. So to me, it's been a duck.
Absolutely, man. And it just gets worse and worse as time goes by, man. Like
fact that they made Keith Thurman and Barrios the mandatory. You know what I mean? Like the winner of that fight, the mandatory for the WBC belt. I mean, two dudes coming off of losses, two dudes that, Keith Thurman ain't fought in like 3 years. You know what I mean? Mario Barrios got knocked out at a lower weight division. It's like, it's crazy, man. I don't even understand this. But let me read this comment, man. Terry Smoot Jr., the world's best troll, is in the motherfucking building. Salute to you, Terry Smoot Jr., man. What you talking about? He say, how Earl take the easy route, but Bud fighting Mean Machine and broke and already beat Kell Brook and Sean Porter. Here you go, this dude with this bullshit starting early. Here you go. Terry Smoot Jr. says, this is toxic. The amount of, I can't see the emoji, that Bud fans have. How's it a duck when you're getting a strap belt? Please make that make sense. The logic, Bud obviously can't pass middle school. Explain to me, Terry Smoot, why did Errol Spence pay step aside money in order to get this fight with Stanionis when he had a Bud fight in front of him? I need you to explain that for me, Terry. Terry also says, it's air apparent that Bud fans are mad that he can't and won't be unified champion, only has a WBO belt when Earl will have 3 belts. Jealousy is a hell of a drug. He on that bullshit for real, for real. Terry Smoot, man, ain't nobody worried about 3 belts because guess what? Errol Spence is doing something that Terence Crawford did, what, 3 years ago, Bo? 4 years ago? How long ago was that he was undisputed?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 years ago. It was like in 17, right?
17. I mean, so Earl's late to the goddamn party. I mean, we've been here already, chilling with our feet up on the desk, you know what I mean? Tapping on, we've been here chilling, man. This ain't nothing, I mean, we want to be undisputed in 2 weight divisions, but Earl is trying to be undisputed in division.
Crawford could do it in 3 divisions.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly think so. I think he could beat Charlo.
He definitely could beat Charlo. He has the skills to beat Charlo. He has the boxing IQ to be able to outbox Charlo. I mean,
I think that would be the mega fight. After that fight, I think he'll retire after that.
I think so too, man. And I think Charlo would fight Bud. I don't think there's any better options for Charlo than a Bud Crawford fight. Like, that's a huge fight for him. Who else at 154 is going to give him the notoriety and the credibility as far as a win is concerned, and the money that a Bud Crawford would give him, So I think if he goes up to 154, he holds more cards than a lot of people think, because those guys at 154, they not. Most of them aren't really big names, aren't really draws. Most of them are looking for fights, And I think Jamal Charlo's another example of that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that would be a new record right there. 3 times undisputed. If he beat Errol Spence and beat Charlo, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy, man. But politics are crazy, even crazier.
Yeah.
Because Errol Spence has just been, man, the dude has been elusive, man. I was saying earlier, I don't know if anybody heard me, but I compare Errol Spence to the Road Runner, and I call Terence Crawford the Coyote. You know what I mean? And you see how the Coyote, he be chasing the Road Runner, and the Road Runner run him into these damn traps and off cliffs and stuff like that because he's so damn elusive. And that's pretty much what Errol Spence is, man. The dude is elusive. He pulled this damn Ugas fight out of his ass. You know what I mean? When Ugas had a whole schedule and itinerary ahead of him, somehow, some way, Errol Spence's Ugas is done deal. So I don't even understand that shit. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah.
But like, to really think about it, if I was in a situation, yeah, I'm gonna clean up. I would do the same shit, kind of like what Errol Spence is doing, because he's grabbing all the belts from his side, and then he's getting all the leverage because he has 3 belts. Terence Crawford has 1 at this division. I know he done stuff in the past and stuff, but he's not like iconic. Like people don't view him like Pacquiao and Mayweather and stuff like that. He's not doing the numbers. This is all the business side of the money side. But I think Terence Crawford would beat him. But I'm just saying, like, I would take that route too if I was Errol Spence.
No, I think it's just Errol Spence trying to stall his joint out as long as he could, because Bud getting up there in age, he's stalling it out. And even if you got 3 belts, it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna make more money in the negotiations. I mean, we've seen this happen throughout history when a person can have like a whole bunch of belts, but he goes up against a guy who's the cash cow. Like them belts don't really mean too much. And then according to Errol Spence, this is the thing I don't understand about Errol Spence. Is it strap season or is it your kids don't eat off of belts? Because it seemed like, when people be like, yo, go fight Bud, he got a belt. This dude like, oh, my kids don't eat off a belt, but then he talk about strap season in the same sentence. So I don't know what it is when it comes to Errol Spence.
On that same end, that when they had that face to face, he said, "I'm gonna clean up my side of the street," and he said that Terence Crawford was even on his list for that for like a future fight. But in other interviews, you hear Errol Spence saying, this is what I came here for, for undisputed and stuff. Like, he got to be a man in his word. He said this shit like years ago, and if he's not standing on that, he ducking. After this fucking Ugas fight, he cleaned up his side of the street. Then after this, you have to fight Terence Crawford. If you don't fight Terence Crawford, he's a duck.
Yeah, when they met face to face, he never used that clean up his side of the street first. What he said is when he was talking about Al, he said, first I'm gonna fight Mikey, right? Mikey was a lightweight at the time. So he already messed up right there. If he was cleaning up his side of the street, he's starting with a lightweight. I mean, my thing is he said he's gonna fight Mikey, then Sean, then Manny. Manny at the time didn't even have a belt. So, like, my thing is, to me, he's trying to prolong the fight itself. If I was Crawford, to be honest with you, I'd just move on because the dude Spence obviously don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta
say it again for him. Say it again. He ain't hear you. Say it again for him.
Yeah. He Spence don't want to fight, man, because anybody knows this is the fight that everybody been clamoring for. It's not like both of them was Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like they could afford to wait so many years and then come back and blow up. But these two dudes are not that damn famous, right? But that's the fight everybody wants to see because if them two clash, it's going to make a lot of money. But Errol Spence, he don't want the fight. So if I was Crawford, I'd just move to 154. Go fight the winner of Castano and Charlo. Because like I said earlier, Charlo will fight him. I believe Charlo will fight him.
With Charlo on record, I think he said he'd give him 50-50 too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
So I mean, we got the fight. I mean, a lot of people try to make it seem like it's the PBC, right? It's first of all, with Errol Spence fans, it's one thing or it's another, right? Or it's both, right? At the same time. But they try to make it seem like, after we go through all the little stages of ducking that we kind of in the contradictions that we catch Errol Spence and his fans in, right? Then afterwards, they like to deflect to it's the PBC. Well, we see what's going on with the PBC. Like, we see what it is. Like, it's them. But, I mean, the PBC allowed Sean Porter and Bud Crawford to happen. You know what I mean?
No, that was some weird shit, though, because they gave Sean Porter a whole nother type of split for that.
A whole nother type of split? He got a 60-40 split.
Yeah, but they usually give what is it, a 30 if you're a mandatory, they give you like a 30% split.
Yeah, I think they went outside of that. He didn't activate.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit didn't make no sense.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it takes to make big fights happen. Guys gotta agree to terms. They gotta come up with a pot of money, whatever they think the fight is worth, and guys gotta agree to terms. But when you're trying to make a big fight, somebody got to take concessions, and somebody gotta, But if nobody wants to concede, then y'all gotta agree to just go half and half on it. You know what I mean?
So you think the WBO did that?
The WBO definitely mandated a fight 100%.
But they determined that split.
But they reached an agreement prior to the WBO stepping in and ordering it, if that makes sense. So when the WBO mandates a fight, they give you a certain amount of time to come to terms. Or agree to a fight before they step in, and then they have rules on whatever the terms are going to be. if that makes sense. So
I
during
thought it would just go to the purse split after that.
right purse split, but
Yeah,
it didn't go to purse split. They agreed to terms before that.
So then they negotiated 40-60 split.
They negotiated 40-60 split. Okay, but they both got high guaranteed purses. So Sean got 4, which is double his highest payday, which is suspect. And I did videos about that before, like when I felt like Sean Porter was cashing out in his fight versus Bud Crawford, and there's a lot of evidence that proves that. Like when he said that he was gonna retire before the fight. Yeah, this is a cash out fight. You know what I mean? And I knew what it was, but you know, when Sean got $4 million and Bud got $6 million, you know, which at the PBC, normally their guaranteed purse is somewhere between 2 and 2.5 million. Record.
So they made money on top of that then, right?
Oh yeah, they get whatever the guaranteed is, and then they get back in, which is like whatever the pay-per-views or whatever it's on pay-per-view, that sort of thing. D-Ray Promotions in the motherfucking building. Salute to you, D-Ray Promotions. D-Ray say Bob ass said the best thing you can do is stay away from Bud Crawford, pound for pound king. Absolutely, man. And I need to come back with another live after I get all my technical difficulties worked out and do a pound for pound list, man. And I know I'm gonna piss people the fuck off, but I've been meaning to do it for a while. D-Ray Promotions also says Boots the best at 154 today. I don't know about all that, D-Ray. They say Bob made a deal. You know what I mean? Who do y'all think is the best at 147 pounds or at 147 pounds right now?
They got to fight. They got to fight.
Me, based on the eye test, it's Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
They got to fight.
I agree. I agree. They got to fight.
Based on the eye test, though,
they all look good to me, but they got to fight.
Well, based on the eye test, who you see that look the best?
Who got the most skills?
Yeah,
I would say Boots.
Boots. Okay. A lot of people for Boots out here.
He's a youngin, but like, you know what I mean? Like he can really do that switch hitting shit.
Yeah. There's still a lot more that I need to see from Boots in order for me.
Yeah, he get hit like with shit that he ain't supposed to get hit with. He look flashy against a bunch of nobodies. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit look good, but once he starts stepping up, he got to clean up on some of that defense because he be getting popped with like simple shit. I'll be like, damn, Boots, like how the hell you get hit with that?
I don't know if he got dog in him like that. Like the Errol Spence, like you put him up with a early Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence could beat him. Like a hungry Errol Spence was a hungry John Ennis. I think Errol Spence could beat him.
You might have a point there. He might be one of those dudes that just get by on talent.
Yeah, I think he's real talented, but I don't know if he got dog in him. I got to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot we got to see from him, man. We got to see how well he take a punch. We got to see him in there with somebody who could take him the distance as far as the rounds go. We got to see him in there with guys that can box. I think Delorme could box. I think that's that was kind of a test in that way, but there's just a lot more that we need to see from Jerron Boots Ennis. So, but I get people saying that he passes the eye test because he definitely looks good. But he might be just one of those flashy dudes that like an AB, who end up in the ring with the wrong dude and get hurt.
Mm-hmm. We don't know if he can take it yet. That's what I want to say.
Facts on.
Don't get me wrong. Like I think he is the future, but right now I just think a lot of people blowing him up too damn soon. Yeah. Like I get it. Like he looks nice. Like you know what I'm saying. It's entertaining when you watch him fight, but it's like when you gonna do that against somebody? You know what I'm saying. You gotta do that against somebody that's gonna give you that work. Mm-hmm. Then I could be fully sold on him.
Like I don't even know if he could beat Sean Porter. Like. Sean Porter, I don't know because Sean Porter, I don't even know if he's stronger than Sean Porter. Like you seen that fight in the Olympics. I know it's a little old, but when he was fighting Antoine and shit like that, he was like roughhousing this nigga. Gary Antoine.
Oh, Gary Antoine. Gary Antoine was backing him up. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. Let me ask y'all about this though, man. Let me ask y'all what y'all think about Keith Thurman right now, because Keith Thurman is about to fight Barrios. They say he's gonna be the mandatory for Earl's belt. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about just Keith Thurman in general, and what do y'all think? Who would y'all like to see Keith Thurman in the ring with if he gets past Barrios next?
I was just about to bring that up, but like with that situation, I heard that Barrios didn't want to take a drug test. I just heard some shit like that like 30 minutes ago.
That
like he denied the drug test and he's out of the WBC rankings. So if he wins, Keith Thurman's out afloat, like, you know what I mean, up in the air, because the Barrios ain't gonna be in the rankings no more in WBC. If Barrios wins, but if Keith Thurman wins, maybe he'll be in the rankings, but he ain't gonna be the mandatory. I heard.
Mm-hmm. Facts on facts. D-Ray Promotion say is Gary Russell Jr. hurt. Oh Lord, Gary Russell Jr. But before we go to Gary Russell Jr., Bo, what you think about Keith Thurman? What you think about what he got going on? And
Man, I don't know what's up with Keith Thurman, man. 1 minute he said he wants to come in there, get back here. He's going to, get it back, and then he leaves. Then he comes back, hey, give me 8 months. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fight Crawford. Then he's talking about he's going to make the announcement that this will be the WBC eliminator. I don't know what's up with Keith, to be honest with you.
Man, oh man. Yeah,
I do got a little fantasy fight that I do want to see with Keith Thurman, though.
Yeah, Keith Thurman and who?
Keith Thurman versus Conor Ben.
I think he'll beat the shit out of Conor Ben. I think Conor.
I don't know. I think that show will be good because they both hit hard and shit.
Conor Ben a hype job to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, as soon as he get in there with a real one, he getting his ass whooped. He trying to fight Adrian Broner and shit. He seemed like the type of dude trying to pad his record.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like AB.
But Keith kind of like that too to me though. Like, I don't think. I mean, Keith got dog in him. I seen Keith he has some dog in him, but I don't know. I think that would be a good fight. I think that would be it.
I did see Conor on a interview earlier this morning. He said he really want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Boots and who else he named? He said Ugas, Danny. Like he named some no names, but he said his team. You know what I'm saying? They picking the fights. He said he doesn't even pick the fights. He said his team actually picks the fights. There's something to that analogy.
Oh, Conor Ben said that?
Yeah.
I believe that because he protected. He protected fighter, man. He living off his father's name right now, man. Like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and shit. You know, he getting a guided route right now through the career. But my thing is, as soon as he get in there with somebody who a real one, as soon as he get in there with anybody who a real one, he gonna get his ass whooped. You know, because to me, he don't have no real boxing skills. He got a lot of power, but he opened up his stance way too wide. He throw a lot of wide punches. He's very predictable. His punch combination is very predictable. So I can see anybody who's a good counter puncher countering him and hitting him with sharp counters and really hurting him. And we ain't really even seen him touch like that. I feel got a right chin. So
I don't know. It kind of reminds me, like, I think he could hurt him like Collazo did, but if he hurts Keith Thurman, I think he's probably gonna jump on him.
My guy D-Ray say only tune up worth $80 is on my car. Absolutely. Well, who finna buy? Which one of y'all gonna buy? Thurman versus Barrios.
I ain't buying that shit.
Man, to be totally honest with you, I'm done. I'm done paying for pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't give you the fights you want to see anyway. But on top of that, I'm like, shit. To be honest with you, it's an option to watch it free or an option to pay for it. I think I go the free route.
Yeah, absolutely. When some people giving you subpar product, why the hell would you pay money for it? You know, shit. I mean, the streaming the fights, but shit, nigga like me, I watch it the next day on YouTube because you know they be uploading the highlights on YouTube. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
Hey,
they upload it an hour later.
Highlights on YouTube.
Hey, I do one better for you. Yo, once the fight is over, they upload the whole fight on YouTube.
An hour later.
Like the it'd be like from them damn, I don't know, some Russian account or some shit like that. They be uploading the fights just like that.
Hell yeah, I catch it on that shit, or I even catch the highlights. Shit, if you ever watch a DAZN fight, they upload the highlights, be the whole damn fight. Shit, I'll be like, all right, this is all I need. I don't care about this damn fight. I got an idea what happened. You know what I mean? Shit. But my guy AB in the building, man. AB, what's going on with you, fam?
Oh, not much, my guy. What's good? What's good with y'all?
Not much, man.
You know, it's AB.
Athletic bastard.
Oh yeah, something like that. That's what she told me last night.
What's on your mind, AB, man? You know,
man, all this damn malarkey that's going on. I had to use my old white man word malarkey. I had to pull that John out because that's what all this bullshit is, malarkey, straight malarkey. I mean, the fact that folks even talking about Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. I heard one fella per saying he got a dream fight he wish he had with Keith. When he had a dream fight he got with Keith Thurman, a fight he wanted to see with Keith Thurman. Sir, please stop it. Keith Thurman should just go away. He's useless. He's not needed. He had a chance to do something with Errol Spence a long time ago. He opted not to. He got his ass whooped by Manny Pacquiao. And now, lo and behold, for some reason, he in a title eliminator for the WBC. Who knew? After 2 years. Who knew? With Mario Barrios, who just got his ass whooped by Tank Davis, who's at 135. But I digress. That's enough for Keith Thurman.
No, but I'm saying he should fight one of these up and comers.
I mean, that's if he was serious, but we see he ain't serious. They just trying to get him ready for Errol Spence as a possible roadblock against to stop the Bud Crawford fight, so they can say something like unfinished business or some bullshit like that.
So, do you think Keith Thurman could lose this fight?
Didn't he almost get knocked out by Riverside Rocky?
Yep.
Okay.
So
okay.
And did you hear that news about they didn't want to take the VADA testing, him and Conor Ben? What's his name? Barrios and Conor Ben, they didn't want to take drug testing, so they're out of the WB rankings.
Man, I don't care nothing about that. Canelo failed drug testing, so what we talking about? So I don't want to hear nothing about no drug testing. Manny Pacquiao knocking motherfuckers out. He ain't taking no drug tests. So look, why are we talking about drug tests?
He didn't want to take Floyd's drug test.
I mean, shit. We don't even know who clean and who not clean. We can suspect. We can say we know. We can say, well, we think this dude not clean, or we can say we think this dude clean. But shit, how we know for sure?
Yeah, shit. I don't care. But if you pop dirty, nigga, I'm on your ass. Fuck.
Oh yeah. I'm true. Motherfucker should be on the ass. But I'm just saying though. They act like I said, Canelo pop dirty. What a motherfucker do? Like they didn't even bat a motherfucking eye.
They raised. They not better eye. They raised the whole limit on that shit. They say, you know what? You right. Y'all should be taking drugs. Let's go ahead and this. That's what they did.
So that's why I don't even. They be like, well, this person might be. They say Errol Spence might be taking something. Who knows? They said Tyson Fury took something one time. That's why he did cocaine to pop on cocaine. Who knows?
Well, Tyson Fury actually tested positive. That nigga actually popped dirty.
He popped dirty?
Hell yeah, that nigga dirty. So I don't even get how niggas defend him.
Oh, my bad. I stand corrected then. I thought he popped on cocaine.
Yeah,
so he went pop on the shit.
Yeah, nah, that nigga popped dirty, man. Tyson Fury.
Oh.
Yeah, it's more than that for sure.
Oh. But yeah, I don't fuck this VADA shit. But yeah. Fuck that VADA shit. I just want to see what my boy Bud gonna do about the WBO. Go to 154 for me, my guy. Just go to 154. Fuck everybody at 147. Ain't nobody trying to do shit. Just go to 54.
Keith Thurman over here flip flopping. Earl over here.
Keith Thurman don't want to fight him. Come on now. We're gonna tell the truth. Keith Thurman don't want to fight him.
Nah, he
How
don't.
you see the Terence Crawford and Charlo fight happening? Like a breakdown. Like how you think the fight would happen? Like
well, like I think Terence Crawford gonna basically break him down, and I think I got Bud stopping him like 10, 11 rounds. Yeah, because Charlo loaded up too much on his punches and shit. Bud gonna see them motherfuckers coming a mile away, and Bud's a tremendous counterpuncher that goes to the body. Yeah, and Charlo's there to be hit. I seen Charlo get hit. Nah, I ain't saying. I mean, he can take some punches. I think I ain't seen him get hurt, but I seen him get hit. So hey, and if you ain't got good defense against Bud Crawford, you're in trouble.
It's a good ass fight, man. I can't wait.
I think that's a good ass fight.
I think we all start looking forward to, because this Errol Spence and Bud, that shit ain't happening. I don't even know. You don't even worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I will continue to call out the Duckin, but as far as calling out that damn fight, man, I don't think that fight.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. He got too many excuses now. The WBA mandatory. He got the IBF mandatory. He got a mandatory with the WBC. So shit, hey. And then Ortiz out there hanging around somewhere, so ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Ain't no telling.
Yo, the IBF need to strip Errol Spence. He ain't defend that title since Ocampo, like mandatory wise.
So why you think they ain't stripped him yet? Come on now.
No, I'm just saying they need to.
I know they need to, shit. But why haven't they though?
They definitely need to strip that man, though, man.
I need $2 million, but I ain't got it.
All right, man, you ain't lying about that, man. I just want to see a good fight, man. These dudes out here, all this ducking, dodging, the maneuver. That's why I don't get how niggas be putting people in their pound for pound. How you put a dude in your pound for pound list when all they do is duck, dodge, and maneuver through motherfucking divisions and goddamn and not fight people who fans want to fight.
This shit's the WWE. It's the WWE. It's YouTube. It's WWE, Facebook, Instagram type shit. You know when people on Facebook talking shit, man, I'll beat your ass. Woo, come on, I'll pull up, motherfucker, with your guns. Roll up, man. We kill him up. Yeah, you know all that fake shit. But then when somebody pull up, nothing.
Who's top 3 pound for pound for y'all then? Top 3.
I'm gonna do a whole live about that, so I ain't gonna answer that question. But y'all, you and Bo, Argenis, you and Bo, y'all can answer.
3. I got a 1, Bud. I mean, everybody else suspicious. I mean, I'm saying everybody else suspicious, or they don't have the caliber. They don't have the caliber opposition where I can rank them. But sometimes it's not their fault. I mean, I could say what's his name, a new way.
Yeah, you could say him. You up there?
I can say him. I can put him up there. No, I can't.
Why not?
I can't, because how can you go in not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 weight classes and not fight the top young guys in those 4 weight classes and all of them undefeated? You can't. I mean, you got Charlo and Andrade at 54, then Charlo and Andrade again at 60. You got Benavidez at 68 when you don't fight Mexicans. You didn't fight Bivol or Berterbia at 75, but you fought Kovalev. Come on now. And now you're trying to fight some cruiserweight at 200. You can't. You motherfuckers should be at your head for this bullshit you're pulling.
So if he beats Charlo,
I mean, I give him some credit. Hold up. But if he fights Charlo, I want you to think about this. If he fights Charlo, how many young undefeated champions has he fought? How many young undefeated fighters has he fought in his entire career? Give me the best one.
Well, he fought.
Give me the best young fighters he fought in his career. Give me the best young fighters Canelo fought. Huh?
How many Bud fought?
Here we go.
How many Bud fought? I asked you about Canelo. We talking about Canelo. If you gonna do that, we ain't gotta talk, bro. I asked you a question. Just answer the question.
How many?
That's what fanboys do. That's what fanboys do. Answer the question, sir. I'm not talking to my wife. My wife can do that because she's a female. That's what women do when they corner.
I'm gonna answer the question.
Go ahead.
He has fought Austin Trout.
In
his prime. He fought.
Hey, at 54, he fought Trout, Lara, he fought Floyd.
That's it. That's it.
But I'm saying
That's
at 54, he did do something. Yeah, I do agree that
That's 1-2. Trout Laura. Okay, how many fights he have at 54? Don't
No,
you tell me about 2 fights out of 30 plus?
Hold on, man. Let me speak,
Come on,
bro.
man.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, I'm just saying, like he did have some fights. You know what I'm saying? I do agree. Like, yeah, he's been avoided certain fighters, but at the same time, he has fought top fighters. Like he fought Triple G. That's a good fight. He fought.
3. That's 3. Come on.
No, that's actually 4. I gave you Floyd. I gave you 3 at
Floyd. We can't.
54.
Don't count Floyd because that was the debacle. We can't count that. That was practice for Floyd.
No, I'm just saying.
So you gave me 3.
You said who did he
I said
fight?
you gave me 3.
No,
you gave me 3.
You said who did he fight? That's 3.
So you count Floyd. You count Floyd for everybody then. You count Floyd for everybody then. You count Floyd for everybody then.
You just asked the question, and I'm trying
to. No, you count. So that means you count Floyd for everybody.
Hey, AB, you gonna let me speak? AB, come on, AB.
No, if you're doing that shit now, if you're doing that 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 now.
Come on, dog. You just talking over everybody. You don't even let nobody.
I'm not talking over everybody. You trying to put some bullshit in the game.
I'm not pulling.
He fought Floyd Mayweather. So because you get your face beat in by Floyd Mayweather, you get credit for that. You get no credit for that.
Listen, man. Let me speak, my brother. God, leave my man. Listen, check this out. You said your question was who did he fight? I'm naming fighters.
I said what young fighter? What was the best young fighters he fought? That's what I said. And you brought Floyd Mayweather out. That was 37. Come on now.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. You saying like who did he fight? Undefeated fighters. That was your first question.
I said who were the best young fighters he done fought? That's my question.
The question you said. If you can rewind it, sir, you said undefeated fighters, and I gave you
listen to the words I'm coming out of my mouth right now. You asked me what I said. I'm telling you what I said. Who were the best young fighters? Who were the best? Who were the best young fighters that he fought?
I know it's still football season, man, but you can't audible your questions, dog.
I ain't audible my questions. I'm asking you right now. If you ask me what I asked, this is what I'm asking you. Who were the best young fighters he fought? That's what I'm asking you. These words come out in English. Who are the best? Right. Prime, whatever. Who are the best young fighters that he fought? Don't give me no 37-year-old Floyd Mayweather. Who are the best young fighters he fought? Come on now.
He audible the question. All right, well, let me just answer the question.
So Floyd was in his prime when he fought him. That's what you're saying. So that was prime Floyd Mayweather.
No, your first question was undefeated. Your first question was undefeated.
Okay, so go ahead then. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying first question was undefeated.
Go ahead then. We know he ain't fighting no undefeated fighters.
But you can't.
Floyd.
But you said I gave you like 4 undefeated fighters. And then you
how many fights the man? The man got 52. How many fights? 40? 50 fights? But go ahead, guy. Go ahead.
You can't ask a question. You can't ask a question if somebody trying to answer. If you want to answer, let us speak.
Those are your answers. Those are your answers.
I'm not even done speaking. You just keep talking.
You act like you were done. Go ahead, continue then.
Nah, you don't.
Well then don't say nothing then. Well then don't say nothing. If you say you were finished, don't say nothing.
How you gonna answer a question?
Are you gonna answer the question? You're not gonna answer the question. You say you're not gonna answer the question. Go ahead, answer the question. I asked you to finish answer the question. You're gonna say no.
Man, but you still talking.
No.
I never said that. There you go, audible again.
Go ahead.
I never even said nothing. I'm trying to answer the
question. Go ahead. You said it. And when I get done talking, that's when you start answering the question. When I stop talking, that's when you answer the question. Go ahead.
That's not how it works, man.
Well then, stop there. You're not gonna ask me you're not gonna hush me then. I will answer the question, but come on now. All right, sir. Hey, bro, I ain't gotta do this, bro. We grown men, bro. I asked you a question, and you can't answer the question. You acting like a bro. You acting like a bro. Answer the question. I asked you a straight up question. I asked you a straight up question.
Let him answer. Listen. How you gonna say somebody acting like a broad as soon as somebody talk? He's talking.
I asked you to answer the question. He go, how you gonna say somebody acting like a broad? Why can't you just answer the question?
Dude, you're not a comedian.
Answer the question.
You know that, right? I
ain't no comedian. I don't get paid. I ain't getting paid right now. Comedians get paid. I ain't no comedian. I do air conditioning. If you want to know what I do, air conditioning. I do air conditioning. I can fix your air and heat. I can do your ventilation.
I tell you what, man.
I can do your electrical. I can do that.
Let me know when you
fucking Boston. That's it, nigga. We ain't got to get all emotional.
I got your nigga. I got your nigga.
I ain't even call you that. What you talking about?
Nah, I'm talking about whoever said nigga. If the shoe fit word, I'm talking to whoever said nigga, and they know who I'm talking to. I know, right? I got your nigga.
Okay, well, let's talk about.
I know, right? Oh, go.
All right, let's do this. What was you saying, Bob?
I mean, I'm trying to answer.
Go ahead.
Hey, my guy King David, I got a deal, man. I can't do bitches, and I got your nigga hoe ass boy.
Oh shit! I'm so scared, nigga. No, go ahead. What was you saying? Because I'm trying to talk.
Hey, come on, yeah. We're supposed to be talking about some boxing, bro. What's going on?
Yo, hey, King, you're 100% right. I don't even know what the hell's going on. The man asked the question. I answered the question. He started talking over me. I'm like, God damn, dog. Like, can I get out like some words? He just keep talking. He don't let nobody speak.
You know what, though, man? I'm gonna say this though. You know what I'm saying? I understand how my boy AB feel, because when you talk to some of these Canelo Alvarez fans, you know, you gotta make them stand on their points. You know what I mean? Because they like to deflect. That, you know, because when somebody asks you about something specifically about Canelo or something like that, people always want to talk about what this person doing and what this person doing. But we're talking about Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from a little bit with that.
But here's the thing, King David. I never once said what did somebody else do.
I ain't saying
all I said. I'm just saying that never came out my mouth, right? I'll be honest with you. I'm not even a fan of Canelo, right? But I'm trying to answer some questions. He asked what's his name? Dan? Yeah, he asked Dan originally, right? And Dan started naming some fighters because his original question was, what undefeated fighters has he fought? I started naming undefeated fighters that he fought. I said, well, 54, he did fight some guys at 54. Mm-hmm. And immediately when I saw a name, he just cut me off. I'm like, dude, do you want me to answer the question or you want to speak? Like, how you gonna ask a question if you don't want nobody to answer it?
And it's all good, fam. We moving on, bro. Ain't nothing, bro. We talking boxing.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. I don't do the whole back and forth thing with people. You know what I'm saying? If people want to get emotional over certain things because you got a strong belief in something, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Me, I'm not gonna do the whole back and forth. If you ask a question, I answer your question. Don't get mad when I answer your question.
Yeah, you can tell, man. Hey, if you listening, man, come through, man. Don't just hop off. You know what I'm saying?
I got no problems with AB. I spoke to AB like plenty of times, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, for him to come out and say somebody acting like this dude name calling, right? But then he said somebody else called him a name. I ain't even call him one name. But then he's saying somebody acting like females. And I'm like, dude, you talking over a person like a female. That's what females do. You talk over people. Like, I ain't even said one name about you. All I did is answer your question. You don't want me to speak, but then you want to call somebody a female. Like that's just like whack.
I hear you, fam. I hear you.
We're supposed to be able to hear each other out and shit. We're just talking boxing here. Like, why you getting so emotional about it? Why? What's the point of that?
Hey, man,
this is boxing.
Yeah, it get heated. It get heated. Look. For me, I don't got no problem with people getting heated on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, people love their boxing, so I ain't got no problem with it getting heated. But I don't want it to go outside of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like all the whole ass niggas and all that. You know, let's leave that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Don't pull up on nobody over there, so ain't no reason to talk like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I totally agree with you, man. I don't, like I said, I don't do the Jerry Springer joint. You know what I'm saying? I just sit up here and I try to be respectful to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me in general. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand the name calling he was doing towards me, but I ain't never call him one name. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some childish stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the part I ain't understand. I'm like, damn, dog, like really?
All right, well, we good, man. All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep the conversation pushing, man. So, you know, I got a comment from my guy Lewis Coleman, done hit up into the building. Salute Lewis Coleman to the building, man. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button one time for your boy. Lewis say Earl gonna find out about the easy road. Ugas gonna be a tough task. Absolutely, man. And that's the thing, man. And I was saying this before, like when you go out of your way to take easier fights, you still fighting professionals. You can still go out there and get your ass whooped. And if something like that was to actually happen, I mean, cherry picking gone wrong. You look bad. If Errol Spence lose to Ugas, man, I swear to God, I'm gonna be up in here talking cash money shit. Because you could have fought Bud Crawford, and if you would have lost to Bud Crawford, it wouldn't have been that bad. Because you lost to the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world. You know, but when you go in there and you lose to Dennis Ugas, a dude with 3 and 4 losses, even if you look bad, the whole shit is suspect. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? What y'all thoughts is on that?
Man, I hope. Well, I ain't gonna say I hope, but it'd be funny if Ugas do beat Earl ass. You know what I'm saying? because the thing is Errol Spence like his extreme fans. I ain't gonna say his regular fans, but his extreme fans. They be making so many damn excuses for him. One, I can see right now. Once Ugas, does beat his ass, they're gonna say, well, because Errol Spence was in a car accident, even though that shit was
I ain't trying to
like
hear
almost
that.
3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
You could have got your car accident ass in the ring with Terence Crawford, but you decided to get in there with your Dennis Ugas. I don't want to hear shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no excuses. How do y'all think that fight gonna go though? Like break it down for me. I'm gonna start with you. Don Biz. How do you think Dennis Ugas versus Errol Spence is gonna go? Don Biz, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah, I was asking, man, how you think that fight's gonna go, man? Dennis Ugas and Errol Spence. Break it down for me, fam. And before you do that, man, my guy B Mac in the building. Salute to you, B Mac. Say what to do, King David. Salute to you as well, Bo. Salute,
What
B
up,
Mac. I got
B Mac?
Got that link down there, man. If you want to hit that thing, B Mac. Bob Athletics, salute to you, Bob Athletics. You know what I'm saying? If you do out here, make sure you hit that sub button. Earl gonna walk Ugas down. Woo! I heard that. Okay, go ahead, Don Biz. Break the fight down. Earl Spence.
I don't know because like ever since like Errol Spence been getting this popularity, and I see it going down the wire. Like I think Ugas, he's big, he's strong too now. Like he developing that weight class. So I think it's gonna be. It might be a split decision, Errol Spence. Or I can see Ugas winning the fight too. Like it's not even that far off. But I got Earl for that one, yeah.
How do you see Errol Spence winning that fight? Like, what do you think he does in order to beat Ugas?
Pressuring him, body shots, smothering him. Not like Sean Porter, but like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think Ugas is a better boxer. I think Earl Spence is just like a black Mexican fighter, more technical a little bit more technical. That's it. No bullshit. Because he fights like a Mexican fighter with more technical.
Ugas is a Cuban, man. He's very well schooled. A lot of people forget about that. Dennis Ugas come from that Cuban school where all them dudes box. That's all they do: eat, sleep, and drink boxing.
Yep. And he's training with Laura. He's training with Laura, and he got he beat Terence Crawford twice in the in the amateurs or some shit, right?
They fought one time.
They fought once. Yeah, so I don't know. It's up and down for me. Like, but I mean, I got like a chip ahead for Errol, but ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. Nobody thought Ugas was gonna beat Errol Spence. I mean, Manny Pacquiao. Even though Manny Pacquiao's old, but still.
Well, this is a little bit different, but I mean, not a whole lot different if you think about it, because Errol Spence has been out of the ring how long now?
Shit. Since that Danny fight, what was it? 20?
About a year and some change.
So, I feel like Pacquiao had about almost the same amount of time out of the ring as Errol Spence do right now.
Yeah.
So, shit, we may go in there and see Dennis Ugas dog walk the shit out of Errol Spence,
Yep.
And I will laugh. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got no respect for this shit Errol Spence doing right now. I will laugh. But Bo, go ahead and break it down for me. Dennis Ugas versus Errol Spence. Talk to me.
I could personally see it going either way. I think if Errol Spence even Errol Spence pressure him, that might plays into Ugas' hands. But the one thing, if I was Ugas, I would take the Sean Porter blueprint and just pressure him, because when you pressure Errol Spence, he can't take it. He got a fight going forward, because when Sean Porter was putting that pressure on Errol Spence, he was throwing punches back, but he wasn't looking good. That's why he, at the end of that fight, he tried to say, "Oh, I wanted to fight Sean Porter fight." Like, nah, no, you didn't. Sean Porter made you fight that fight. So I think if they get into a little trade match, I think Ugas got quicker hands, whereas he could catch him right in between punches, because that's the one thing Ugas can't do. He could punch right between punches. But I could see it going the other way with Errol Spence too. I could see him, if he keep the pressure on, try to get him on the ropes and beat on him to the body. Like I could see it going that way as well. But I don't know who could win this one, to be honest with you.
I think like I don't know who's stronger. That's another thing too. Like who's more like who can muscle somebody around the ring more? Because was it Ugas? Ugas was like he didn't have no problems with Sean Porter, but Errol Spence did, and Terence Crawford didn't have no problems with him neither. Like muscling them, like what I mean, taking that physicality. But Errol Spence had a problem with that. So I don't really know. I don't know who's stronger, physically stronger.
I think Earl's physically stronger than Ugas, but I think that Ugas is sharper than Earl. Meaning, like I think he's a better counter puncher. I think that he can stand in the middle of the ring with Earl. Like I don't think Earl's that much stronger than Ugas. And I think Ugas has the reach advantage probably over Earl as well. I see it being a fight in the middle of the ring and them kind of going full steam ahead at each other, But I think that in those exchanges, I think Ugas is going to win a lot of those exchanges. I think he's going to be a little easier than Earl. I think he's going to land some effective counter punches on Earl. I don't think he's going to knock Earl out. He just don't really have that type of power to do that. But if Earl is not on his game 155%, he could lose a unanimous decision or get a gift decision. I could see that happen. As a matter of fact, I see Earl winning gift decision over Ugas. That's kind of how I see the fight going. I see Ugas actually winning the fight, Earl getting nod, maybe a close fight.
I do think Earl's got a better jab, though.
You think Earl got a better jab?
Yeah, I think he got a better jab. But I think Ugas is the better boxer.
Yeah, Ugas is definitely a better boxer, I think. So Earl's going to have to...
I think Ugas' jab is on par. You know what I'm saying? Like he was jabbing the shit out of Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, he was.
And he can switch up the motion on his jab, so he can throw his jab different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Earl is very mechanical in the way that he throws his jabs and his 1-2. He doesn't really switch it up. It's pretty much the same rhythm, the same timing at the same speed. Ugas, for me, can change the speed and the rhythm of his jabs and his punches, making it more difficult to time and predict. So this is going to be a tough.
That's Errol Spence's bread and butter, though, with his jab. That's how he works his way in. That's his.
He does.
That's his fillet right there.
He does, but it comes at one speed, though.
Yeah, it does.
So if you're Ugas and you're like an elite counterpuncher, because I think Ugas is an elite counterpuncher. If you're Ugas and you got somebody throwing punches at one speed, that's going to be very easy for you to time. So for me, if Earl's going to win this fight, he's going to need to put a lot of pressure on Ugas. He's going to need to probably do some things that he probably hasn't had to do in a while.
Yeah, he's going to have to dog it out.
Right, for real. He's going to have to. Because if he stands in the ring with Ugas, he's going to lose. In the middle of the ring, should I say. Let me read some comments real quick. Bob Athletic says, the amateurs, not the pros. Absolutely. Yeah, that definitely ain't happening in the pros. Hell no. D-Ray Promotions say, Bud, Crawford, Shields, and Taylor. Absolutely. Clarissa Shields is a real one. I like that. Bob Athletic says, I don't give a damn. Is not as tough. He's trying to say Ugas. Not enough dog. Sean got a total different level of dog than Ugas. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But Ugas is gonna make it a tough night for him. Period. Why y'all think Earl ran to Ugas? He knows what's up. Easy fight. Nobody muscling Earl out of jabbing him. You need athleticism. That's why Sean had success. Ugas is athletic. You trying to say Ugas ain't athletic? And then Bob Athletic also says Ugas can't be an elite counterpuncher with 4 losses. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing. And another thing I disagree with too, for him to say that Sean Porter has more dog. Well, where was Sean Porter dog when he fought Ugas? It looked like Ugas had more dog than Sean Porter in that fight.
I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, facts. Everybody thought Ugas won that fight. For
Yeah.
real, for real.
I got Lewis Coleman say, once Thurman beat Mario and fight another fight, he will be Earl mandatory. Keith gonna take those straps off Errol Spence, the ducker. That would be funny as hell. If he got in there with Keith Thurman and Keith Thurman whooped his ass, that'd be funny as hell, man. I'll laugh.
Errol Spence said he don't want to fight Keith, right? Or something
Exactly.
like that.
And I was just gonna say that too, Bo. I was just gonna say, because he said he wasn't gonna fight Keith Thurman. So if he fights Keith Thurman, is he really a man of his word? Is he really doing everything he say he gonna do? Because if you listen to all these Earl people, they all say the same thing. Oh, Earl doing what he said he was gonna do, right? Earl doing what he said he was gonna do. So if he get in the ring and he fight Keith Thurman, he going against his word. He doing something he said he would not do. You know. So that's just further proof everything he's been talking about. It's some bullshit. But go ahead. Go ahead. You was gonna say
B-Mac.
You.
Okay, my guy B-Mac pulled up in the building, man. B-Mac, what's going on with you, fam?
Hey, what's going on, man? I just wanted to chime in and give some support, man. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to go live in a little bit anyway, man. I just wanted to check in and want y'all in the chat, man, to hit the like button, man, for my man King David, and subscribe, man. This is real boxing talk. You hear me? Subscribe and hit the like button for my man King David. Subscribe and hit the like button for my man Bold and Understanding. These dudes chop it up with real boxing talk, man. You know, I was just running in real quick, man, to just show a little love and support, man. You know what I mean? Before I slide out.
Appreciate you coming through, B-Mac.
Real talk, man. You know what I mean? I ain't had too much to say, man. You know what I mean? I just wanted to show a little bit of love, man. How y'all brothers doing tonight?
Hey, doing good. Hey, B-Mac, you got a page?
A page? What you mean?
You got a YouTube page?
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I got one coming, man. Not yet, but I'm I got some more things I gotta finish doing, and yeah, I'm starting one soon, man. I'll let y'all know, man, when I get it up and rolling, man. So I got a few more things I gotta take care of, but yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, man. Let us know, man. I'll be all over that, man. I'll be
definitely,
bro. For real.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all keep talking that talk, man. And just to chime in real quick, man, and I'm a bounce. I know y'all probably won't agree with me, but on the topic, in my opinion, on the topic that y'all talking about, Ugas and Errol Spence.
Oh, okay. Talk to me, man. What you got on?
In my opinion, if Errol Spence's eye is good, I feel he beats Ugas easily.
Mm-hmm.
If Errol Spence's eye is good, that's just my prediction. If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, man. But I don't want to disturb you guys what y'all got going on, man. But that's just my prediction on there on that topic, man. I just feel that Errol Spence, if his eye is straight, is just a bigger fighter than what Ugas has been fighting. The Manny Pacquiao was a smaller guy and an older guy where he could get his jab off, as well as Sean Porter. When he go against Spence, Spence is a bigger guy, a stronger guy that has a jab just like him, and neither one of them to me got much footwork. So it's going to be a standstill fight. Now, when I see all of Errol Spence's previous opponents, they've been like Ugas. They just stand in front of you, and he goes to work. That's why he had so much problems with Sean Porter, who was not a stationary fighter, who was a more athletic fighter that had good footwork, and he couldn't handle none of that, as well as the pressure that Sean Porter put on him. So he had a hard time trying to deal with that. So in my eyes, I think that Ugas is kind of tailor-made for Spence, in my opinion, if his eye's good. So that's just my take, brothers. And and I just want to say that, man, I'm much peace and love and respect to all you guys. Y'all in the chat, please, man, please hit the like button and subscribe to my man King David and Bold and Understanding. And that's my take, man. It's one love to everybody, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
likewise,
that.
man.
Yeah, man. And you're not far off from what everybody was saying. I think Earl should win. You know, he's definitely gonna be the favorite in the fight, but he gonna have to come with that A game. That's for sure, man. And if he fuck around and lose, I'ma laugh. I'ma laugh. I said this shit earlier, bro. I'ma laugh my ass off.
Hey, you know, man, for real, I'm gonna laugh too, man. Even though I think he gonna walk him, man, I'm gonna laugh too because it'd be one of them things. It's like that's what your ass get.
Exactly.
You know?
Everything goes wrong here. You know what I'm saying, dog? You out here looking for the easier fights, man, and you gonna lose.
Yes, sir.
Your ass, man. So you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. At least that part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm gonna slide out and go back into the chat, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it, man. But one love to everybody and the gentleman over there with the M. I don't know you, man, but salute to you, my brother, as well, man. Salute to you.
Salute, fam. Oh, he just dropped off, man.
He
dropped off.
He ain't like the way you said salute.
I hope he ain't get mad at something I said, bro.
I don't like how he said salute. Yeah,
he must have lost connection or something.
Yeah, man. We've been having a struggle stream tonight, bro. The first maybe 10 minutes of the stream, I was sounding like R2D2. My mic was fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People having all kind of technical problems. So, you know, that don't surprise me if he dropped off because of some technical shit, man. But you know, but yeah, be mad, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate you having your own. You know what I mean? You always welcome to come back. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll have.
Yeah, man. For some reason, man, I'm not getting y'all notifications like I'm supposed to, man. I just finally ran across this one while I was on, man, and I'm like, I got all the bells on and everything, man. I don't know why it don't ring.
Well, you know, for me, this is my first live in probably like a good month or so. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
right.
Why you ain't getting none of my bells? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sometimes YouTube be tripping, man, because normally I be getting E-Thriller bells, but the other day when I came on late, I ain't getting no bell. I just happened to log on and I just happened to see him live. I'm like, oh shit.
I don't know what that is, man. That's why I say maybe we got to hit these like buttons, man. It gets the algorithms to go right or something, man, for us. Because, you know, I be, you know, I'm supposed to get y'all videos and everything, but you know, I rarely get them, man. So I had to, you know, check in when I can check in, man. But you know, it's all love, man. And y'all talking that Errol Spence and Ugas fight, man. And did y'all chime in on that Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios thing too?
Oh yeah. We was talking about Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios. We ain't try to break down the fight or nothing like that, but we was talking about how they made that a WBC eliminator. We was talking about how that's some whole ass shit and how, you know, Earl just lining up the barriers, just lining up the excuses and the reasons why he can't fight Bud, and that's just one more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
WBC ain't got no money. Then he gonna have then it's Ugas, gotta fight Ugas first. And he gonna have mandatories, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be 2023 before he done with all that. You ain't got time for all that.
Hey bro, you know it's kind of funny. How in the world do they because I think I heard Mauricio Sulaiman say on one of those statements or whatever that it's not the final eliminator, but it is eliminator. And I'm like,
man,
dude, why the fuck is it even an eliminator? Like these dudes coming off losses, you know. Mario Barrios never even fought in the welterweight division. Like, how is he
ranked in the WBC too?
Exactly. Like, how is that? I think they say they took him out or something, man. I guess maybe people looked at it and was like, hell no. It's so corrupt, bro. It's so corrupt. It's just not funny. So I'm like, this is trash. They just smacking us in the face right now. Well, you know what I'm saying? They just really smacking us in the face, man. But man, that's all my time, fam. I'm gonna give y'all, you know, the mic, man. I just wanted to chime in, man, and give y'all love, man. And I'm gonna talk to y'all soon, man. Peace and love with all y'all, man. Thanks, man. Y'all hit the like button for these dudes, man, and subscribe, man. Peace out.
All right, peace out, B.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got somebody new joining us in the building. We got B.O.B. in the building. What's going on with you, fam? Welcome, and what's on your mind?
B.O.B.?
B.O.B.
Who's that?
B.O.B.
Nah, it's another dude. Oh, that's yeah.
B.O.B.
Is your mic on?
Oh, it look like okay. Hold on, somebody else done added on there. Okay,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, fam?
What's good, fam? Just came across your channel. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. I like the video. I'm gonna subscribe once I, you know what I'm saying, get off.
I appreciate that, man. What's on your mind, fam? I see you was in the chat a little earlier. You're B.O.B. Athletics, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. I see you was in the chat, man. What's on your mind, man?
Oh, just everything. I just like the boxing talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them boxing guys who boxing the fish. You know, I'm on everything. So I'm just watching, just listening. I just think that I don't know. I just think I think PBC know what they doing with Earl. And I could tell they know what they doing with Earl by how they moving him compared to Crawford. So I think if Earl a killer like people think he is, they wouldn't be like playing around with Terrence. So by them playing around with him, that showed me that anybody they do put him in, they lightweight know the outcome. Because if you think he this killer, then you wouldn't be caring about this Terrence thing like that. So to me, based on that logic, I think they know what's up with Ugas. I think they know that, you know, he gonna smoke him.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and B-Mac was saying this a little earlier, man. I think we can all agree that Earl is going to be favored in the fight with Ugas. That's why a good portion of the boxing community was kind of pissed off that fight was made as opposed to the Bud Crawford fight.
Yes,
that was
sir.
part of the reason, you know, because the other part of the reason is the fact that the fight should have happened a long time ago, and it's been 4 years, and they paying step-aside money. But we're not going to go all down that road, at least now. But you know, I think a lot of us feel like Earl's gonna win that fight, but I think that the fight is gonna be a lot tougher than even Earl realizes. And also too, it's like when you cherry pick fights or you go after the easier fights, the problem with that is, you know, we see it all the time when cherry picking goes wrong. We saw Teofimo Lopez earlier this year lose to George Kambosos, a dude that he cherry picked. He could have fought Devin Haney and could have become undisputed, but decided he wanted to fight George Kambosos. And now look at Teo. He's on the outside looking in like a jackass.
See, I don't really think that they really cherry picking Ugas because, like, if Terence Crawford is not in the division, is not who he is, then this is a great fight. He fighting another champion who just beat Pacquiao, a legend. So this ain't like a cherry pick fight as far as like just boxing. It's only a cherry pick fight because Terrence there. You know what I'm saying? If Terrence wasn't there, then say Thurman won that fight and Earl just deciding to fight Ugas and then he gonna fight Thurman, then it's just good business. It's just good boxing. It's what we would all want. It's only like a cherry pick when we think of Terrence. That's why I'm saying like it ain't it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Earl gonna smoke him. You know what I'm saying? He a little bit better than Danny, and I don't even know because he ain't got no left hook like Danny. So Earl ain't got to worry about that. He flat-footed like Danny. He ain't really flat-footed like Danny. He got a little bit better jab, but it's only like a cherry pick because Terrence there. Like Earl was considered a killer until Terrence came to the division. Wasn't nobody calling Earl no duck, no sucker, no scary type guy. Nobody even that one. You couldn't even read that on Earl. It's just when Terrence there, because Terrence is this certain type of killer that we ain't seen since shit Hagler, Sweet Pea type killer. Now, yeah, now Earl is sweet, but this ain't just no bad fight. I don't want to shit on the fight. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people saying they gonna stream it, and I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna stream it because to me that's like stealing. I don't steal. I would just rather not watch it. I'm not gonna watch it because you ducking Terrence. But if it wasn't because of Terrence, this a good ass fight. He got a belt and he earned his belt. He beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Who had the belt? Who took it off Thurman? So that's money. You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight. So he gonna walk. He gonna walking, jabbing, walking, and if I don't see what I don't see what Ugas can really do. If Ugas get any little aggressive, he can't bully Earl. I mean, what can he do? He can't out physical Earl. He based it on counter punching, but he ain't got fast ass hands like Terrence. And that's why I said in the chat with like with Sean. Sean feet and athleticism where different little angles when you don't think that he athletic enough to throw something and you thought he backtracking. Ugas can't do things like that. So
Yeah, but my thing with this, Sean Porter athleticism didn't work against Ugas though. Like
he beat him though, so it did work.
Nah, he well, we know, like if you look at the fight, watching the fight, he ain't really, I don't think he beat Ugas. I thought Sean Porter got a gift. I thought Ugas knocked Sean Porter down that the referee completely missed. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Ugas is a little bit under. Like I agree with you, it's not a cherry pick. I think it is a good fight, but I think Ugas is being underestimated because the dude got quick hands for somebody that kind of fight flat-footed. He does have quick hands, and he does wait.
Who the four losses he got? He got Sean, and who else he got?
He got some people, but some of those losses he got though, those were like hot. Like when you like a no name, right? At the time, those could be like highway robberies and whatnot. Like he got a couple of losses that it's like I don't think he really
That's
lost.
what I'm saying. At that elite level, man, I don't think Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman is even letting a no name. It's so decidable. It's so clear that it wouldn't even be around for that. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. Like Sean Porter was supposed to be somebody. And Terrence went in there with him like, nah, this ain't that. It's over with. No, it ain't no making it to the scorecard. And nah, it ain't that. So for you to let it get there when you hungry and you deciding that you underrated and that people ducking you and that you Cuban and they hating on you, you supposed to go in there and get busy. Now, Sean Porter, I can see that going to the scorecard and they go with him. But anybody else that's not on that level, if you know the situation and circumstance you in, he was supposed to get busy and smoke them. It wasn't supposed to be no card and decision. Man, no. No, if Terrence Crawford would have let that postal fight be close or a little angle to where they could have went with the European invasion that they was going with at the time, they would have robbed him. But he did knock him out, but he whitewashed the boy so bad that it would have been like a civil war in America if they would have gave it to him. Ugas ain't do no type of shit like that. So I ain't hearing all that, it could have been. Nah, you was supposed to get busy.
Nah, I thought he won that fight. We seen fighters get whitewashed.
Yeah.
And like I give you an example. Floyd washed Canelo easy, and one of the judges happened to see it as a draw. You know what I'm saying? Like to me,
I give you that. I give you that, but that was business. And the reason why I say that was business, because that was like, we know that Floyd just dominated and beating 11 rounds to 1 or 12-0, but they was setting Canelo up for what he is now, so they had to throw something in there. They wasn't going to rob Floyd because Floyd was too big and Floyd clearly beat him. So they threw the bullshit in so that Canelo could keep going forward and getting bigger. The guys Ugas was fighting, they didn't have no plans in the card for Canelo. I mean, for them like that. So it wasn't that type of angle on there. You know what I'm saying?
They had plans in the card for that Sean Porter to fight Errol Spence. That was the plans in the card.
I agreed. I gave you that, Sean. Because look, I'm saying all this and watching it, it could have been a draw or Ugas. So I understand that. But Sean had PBC behind him. When I'm saying them other three guys, they didn't have no big PBC billing and they didn't have plans for them. So he was supposed to dog them. It wasn't supposed to be close. It wasn't supposed to be debatable.
What about Sweet Pea and Chavez?
I agree with that. But my thing is that to me it seemed like this might be in the plans again. Like now he fight. Let's say if he really beats up on Errol Spence, I could see the judges be like, "Oh, we're gonna give it to Errol Spence because we're trying to set something up big for Errol Spence."
I definitely agree. That's why that's a different talk. I was just saying that Earl was going to beat his ass, but as far as that, unless he knock Earl out, I don't see there's nowhere he can win because you gotta understand they put a lot of resources and a lot of energy into Earl, and they ain't got their money back yet like that because the car injury, the eye accident, or the supposedly eye injury or whatever. So I definitely know that they not cashing that chip in until they get some big money out of that, like 1 million pay-per-views in one fight. So
that shit ain't happening, man. They're gonna keep waiting on that.
shit, if he fight Canelo, or if they get it out their ass and they like Sean Porter and Terrence gave their friendship up, if him and Charlo in Texas Stadium, they gonna make some money.
They ain't doing no million pay-per-view buys though.
It might not do 1 million pay-per-view buys, but if y'all do 80, 90,000 in Dallas, Texas Stadium, shit, the money, and motherfuckers like us gonna order that don't live in Texas. So if it do 500, 600, and 80, 90,000, we can cash you in.
I don't even think it do that. I think it do maybe about 350. Something like that if a Earl and a Charlo fight, but it would be a good fight, and I don't see that happening as far as them fighting each other. Two dudes,
and they ain't the same.
They're the same.
They got the same trainer.
Yeah, they got the same trainer. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I definitely don't see it happening. I was just saying that was a possibility, and another thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't want to take your stream to a different level, but I will say it.
Do your thing, bro.
I will say it. Everybody say that like the Mexicans is like diehard boxing fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans are real fans or whatever. So if we saying that Terence Crawford, who number 1 pound for pound, debatable, Errol Spence top 5 debatable. If they fight, why can't it sell out on pay-per-view if all the Mexicans is real fans? Why they not ordering it? Why the Mexicans not ordering it? They supposed to be real fans.
That's a good ass point. Go ahead, Dumb Biz. You was gonna say something? That's a good ass point.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, okay.
You're making a good point.
So based on that point, that right there show the racial biasness to the boxing game, because if I'm a real ass boxing fan and you tell me Canelo about to fight Benavidez, I'm 80, 79, 99, 80, whatever it is, I got that because I want to see that. So we saying Terrence and Earl, everybody saying ain't nobody gonna buy it, but then Canelo could do 800 with Caleb Plant. So all those 800,000 who bought that bullshit, if they real boxing fans with no racial bias, they supposed to be like, shit, we gotta buy this. So I think the money there for that fight. I think that they discounting them, and if they not discounting them, they agreeing that is racial bias. Mexicans only fucking with Mexicans, and they not fucking with black fighters and shit like that. So
they go for their people.
I think Mexicans mess with, support like other fighters. Like I know you hear some of these Mexicans on YouTube, they talk like, yeah, we just support, like you got that one channel out there that just everything all Canelo, all just really Mexican. And he talks like Canelo's a god. But there are Mexicans that actually, that support life, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of Mexican fans who are like from Mexico. You can't really talk to Mexican American boxing fans. You got to talk to like Mexican fans who are from Mexico, because the way they view boxing and the way that a lot of the Mexicans from America view boxing is completely different.
So you think that the Mexicans? So okay, we got the American telecast, pay-per-view, whatever. Mm-hmm. So what do Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence do in Mexico? Is that another 15 million, 10 million? Because if it is, that's the money. What we talking about money for? If that's true, then the telecast in Mexico, y'all got to get 10, 15 million for that.
Well, we already know the whole money thing is cap at the end of the day, because if you got money to put on Ugas and Errol Spence, how you ain't got money to put on Bud versus Errol Spence?
Plus step aside money.
Explain it to me. And then you could pull money out your pocket and pay Stanley on a step aside money. You know what I mean? When you didn't have to. You know, when you could have just took the fight that was in front of you and added it to their purse, you took it and you paid standing on and step aside money. So I don't know about these PBC rumors of them not having money.
I agree with you, bro. You can't tell me you ain't got no money, but then you got step aside money. Cause when I ain't got money, I ain't paying nobody nothing.
You hear
I
me?
gotta say, I ain't nobody. The cable guy can't get no money. Can't nobody get money when I'm broke. So if y'all ain't got no money, how you got step aside money? It don't make sense
At all, you know. And this is one of the things that further leads me to believe that we probably not gonna get no Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight, man. And why Bud should just go on and move on to 154, you know what I mean, and chase Charlo versus Castano winner or somebody like that. Because I mean, we got all these barriers in front of us. You know, it's funny to me because a lot of Errol Spence fans, they're like, oh, as soon as Earl's done with this fight, he's gonna call out Bud Crawford. Dude has had he's had so many opportunities to call out Bud Crawford. It ain't even funny. He was at Bud Crawford fight. What better opportunity is there to call out Bud Crawford than at his fight, sitting in the stands, you walking up to the ring and calling him out face to face? But Errol Spence ran out of the arena like he was scared.
Yeah, man. I don't agree with. I don't like nothing that Earl doing. One, you roll around with Yellow Beezy, right? Yellow Beezy is a gangster rapper,
Yo,
right?
can y'all hear?
And
Y'all
we
there?
Yep. Yellow Beezy is a gangster rapper, right? And in the gangster rap world and in the black world and all that, it's about gangster shit. It's about tough shit. It's about motherfucker come at me, I'm coming right back. So if that's the circle you keep, when a motherfucker go on live talking about I'm looking for you in the ocean and where your bitch ass at, I don't go, all the business gotta go out the window. All that shit gotta go. And even if I know right now the fight can't get made, I'm gonna come back and check you for saying that about me. So
Right.
for that to happen, you don't have no response to that publicly and like personally addressing this man, even if you know the fight can't happen, fuck the fight. I know all the business is fucked up, we can't do it. So that's like Yellow Beezy is in Texas and some rapper from Atlanta just come out and say, Beezy, use a slut, use a hoe. What you think Beezy gonna do? This track tonight. Let's go. Even if ain't nothing gonna happen, and we know it's just it's on wax. That let me know that he kind of like he don't want to see that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a scenario, right? Let's say Errol Spence wins, right?
Yeah.
And Ennis is his mandatory, and he can either fight Ennis or Terrence. Who you think he gonna pick?
54.
54.
He gonna go.
Say moving on up.
He going. 54.
Then that's a duck right there. That's a duck if he moves up.
Hold on.
So
How's that? Wait. How's that a duck, fam?
If he goes on this, because he been praising this shit like, yo, I'm gonna go capture all this on this side, all the I'm gonna clean up my side of the streets or whatever, on the PBC, whatever.
Are you saying if Earl moves up to 54? Or are you talking about if Bud moves up to 54?
Earl.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a clear. That's 100% duck. 100%.
That's a duck, and he not gonna pick Ennis because even if he get a 90-10 with Ennis, he might make less than he made with Garcia for that.
You know what I mean? It's such nonsense at the end.
And he definitely ain't going to see Terrence because he would have seen him already if he wanted to. So I think that shit. If I was Terrence, you know what I would do? I would Gary Russell it right now. Sit back. And I don't need a promoter. I don't need to slut myself. Only thing I gotta do is let the WBA say who the mandatory. If it's Ortiz, fuck it. Let it go to purse split. I get 75-25 or whatever it is. And that's probably going to be 3-4 million. Because trust me, Ortiz is not fighting Terrence for less than 2-3 million. Oscar ain't letting that happen. So if he get 2-3 million, Terrence get 3 times that, 7-8 million. Fuck it. I go that route. And then I'll just sit back. Because I got the belt and they got to mandate something for that belt. I would just sit back and do that. I wouldn't fuck with nothing else unless the money right. Because they trying to play some whole shit. So I would just do that. And then Boots is in the motherfucker. I just seen a live with the boxing voice. where Bernie was on there, and Bernie checked niggas. And then they said Bozzy in his card in talking about no officers made, but we gonna check on that. Man, trust me when I tell y'all this. They not gonna pay Terrence 7-8 million, and Boots get 750,000, 1 million, and possibly get his ass whooped, and then he ruined when we can make money in the future. They don't want to see Terrence right now. One, they can't get paid, and he got to get all the money. And then two, no matter how much they think Boots is, you are fighting fucking Terence Crawford. Who the fuck? Ain't no man. If you would say right now, Prime Bud versus Prime Floyd, who y'all think will win?
Man, that's a tough ass motherfucking
At
question.
47.
You said Prime Bud versus Prime
At 47. A Prime Bud.
Well, Floyd was Floyd really considered a prime at 47 though?
I like them better at 140 or 130.
No. I agree with y'all. I think 130 Floyd was the best 130 pounder ever lived. When he did that shit to motherfucker Corrales, nobody else could fuck with him at that age, at that weight. I'm just saying the best of Floyd at 47. So when I say prime Floyd, I'm saying at 47. The best he ever looked at 47, I would say was I don't know. To me, Floyd,
De La Hoya, right?
Shane
that
Mosley.
was at 52.
Oh
Shane
yeah,
Mosley.
54, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Floyd really wasn't good against Shane like that at 54. He wasn't athletic like that. To me, everything Floyd did at 47 wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? That was way past his weight. He was a little guy. That's why he's so great and he a legend. But I was just arguing with my brother the other day during the Sean Porter fight, not the other day, but during the Sean Porter fight, and he was like, when it was the early rounds, he was like, "Oh, Terrence don't look like this, that. You love me so much." And I was like, man, I see Sean breathing. Sean about to get knocked out. He knocked him out. But what I was telling you was Floyd ain't never did shit to nobody at 47. Nobody, period. Anybody. Like knocked him out. But then besides Ortiz with that flu shit.
Well, didn't he knock out Ricky Hatton? Was that at 47?
That was at 40.
No, that was at 47. That was 47. But that was a little. I'm talking about a real
I could have
welterweight.
sworn that was at 40.
No, that was at 40. That was at 47 because Ricky Hatton had the 140-pound belt. He fucked Kasazu up, and then he moved up to get that fight. It was at 47. I remember that, but I'm just saying, like, man, motherfucker like Sean Porter, man, for you to knock that motherfucker out and had a nigga throw the towel in. Floyd can't do nothing to no Floyd. If Floyd would have fought Sean, it would have looked like Andre Berto. He might have eked out just a tap him and run around.
Let me ask you a question about, all right, who do you think would have won this fight? Arturo Gatti in his prime or Sean Porter?
Sean Porter dogging.
Yeah, Arturo Gatti only weighed what, about 130, 135?
That's why he dogging.
Yeah, what's his name? Terence Crawford's boy that was on the boxing board?
Bernie.
Yeah,
Bernie the boxer.
Yeah, he was saying that Arturo Gatti might get him easy.
I doubt that. The reason why Sean Porter never fought lower than 147. So that means the only how that fight could ever happen is at 147. Mm-hmm. And Gotti never fought at 147. So if Gotti brought his ass to 147, man, he'd get paulied in that motherfucker. Come on, man. Too much weight. That's why Terrence said what he said after the fight. People saw that and they didn't. I ain't see no videos on that. I ain't see nobody do that. But Terrence told y'all something that clicked in his mind. He said after that fight, when he was talking shit with Earl, he tweeted like, "Now that I done adjusted to the weight, y'all really done." And then when he said that, I went back and watched the fight, and just in the clinches and shit, Sean Porter's supposed to be this bully. How he was throwing him around.
Yeah, he was getting tossed around like a
man. How he was throwing him around. I think Terrence saw to himself like it's over with because this is supposed to be the bully, the tough guy. Nobody else coming as tough as him as far as the rough and tumble shit. And how he handled that, he knew like boxing, speed, power. I got that on y'all. Only thing that might be iffy is y'all bigger than me. But when he dealt with Sean like that and he tweeted that,
Yep.
that's why Errol walked out that fight because he like, damn, I can't even like walk him down and bully him. He gonna be throwing me around, laughing, talking shit, pushing me the fuck off on me. Man, it's gonna be a problem.
I did
Hey,
agree
Bob.
about that, man. Where I was saying, I was like, look, man, the reason why a lot of Earl fans and Earl is so upset is because Terence Crawford did Sean Porter the same way he does all his opponents, completely and utterly dominated them. And this the dude that y'all supposed to say was gonna beat Terence. It was people saying that this dude was gonna beat Terence, was gonna give him a tough fight. It was dudes that was saying that, and then Terence came around and stopped this dude.
And
like,
they switched up. They switched up so motherfucking quick after they was. He was retired. He didn't want it.
Oh, he
Hey, Bob.
he wanted to fight. Yeah, he retired. Yeah,
I'm listening, homie.
he wasn't a big Sean Porter.
I was gonna say, right? It looked like Ugas had a easier time than Errol Spence with Sean Porter.
I don't think Ugas had an easier time. I just think that's why they say styles make fights. That's what I was talking about in the chat before I got on.
But Sean Porter couldn't do all that aggressive shit with Ugas.
That's what I was saying in the chat. Like styles make fights, and like it. I just say it like this: it's levels to athleticism. It's like first tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier. Ugas is not non-athletic, so the athleticism he had was right there with the tier where he can handle Sean Porter little shit. And Ugas not a punk though, so like when it come to like rough and tumble shit, he could get in there and like do some rough and tumble shit. He can fight like that. Earl don't do that. Earl don't clinch and he don't do that type of shit. He get in there and just bully you around, pump you with that jab, walk you down, and just work you. So Sean, like, you can't do that to me. I'm too athletic. I'm too strong. So that's why they say styles make fights. Because against Ugas, Sean, well, he said that he tried to box. I don't know why, but he tried some little shit. But Ugas like, nah, you ain't gonna do that little shit to me. You know, styles make fights, man. I'm telling you. Ugas and Terence will look like Terence and Jeff Postal. Ugas and Terence and Errol, to me, it would look like Terence and motherfucking Delorme. It would look like Terence and Delorme where, damn, this a good ass fight. Errol jabbing, moving. Certain moments he getting this shit off early for the first 6. It would look like a good ass fight. And then Terence would just do some shit, fuck the whole fight up, and then beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think PBC really shitting on Terence because the boxing world and just the casual fans, even y'all on here, y'all think Terence good and y'all liking me pound for pound. Motherfuckers don't realize this motherfucker, Sugar Ray Robinson, would have had a hard fight with this motherfucker. He one of them type motherfuckers. That's why the whole game fucked up right now. And I'm not saying he beat Leonard or Robinson or Mayweather, but shit, it'd be a pick 'em. This motherfucker can fight, and not only he can box, he can fight. The motherfucker mom said when the nigga was 8, 9, 10, she would challenge everybody in the neighborhood. Can you whoop him? When a motherfucker grow up like that, man, listen, this nigga don't know nothing but whooping ass. So that Sean Porter fight, he was winning to us, but somebody told him the 10th round and after the 9th, hey man, you losing, man. He said, what? Oh, okay. This is a bad motherfucker, man.
I think that was Shakur Stevenson he was talking to.
I heard that, but then somebody else said it was Andre Ward, and somebody else said it was Tim Bradley, but I'm just like, this motherfucker.
It could have been them two, because them two were still talking on the commentate. They were still commentating. And actually, I think wasn't Timothy Bradley? He wasn't on the. Somebody was up in the Sky booth.
Andre Ward was up in the Sky because I remember they cut away to him. because he was up there. Andre Ward was up there in the booth, and then when they cut away to him and like in between the rounds, he was sitting at a booth higher than the fight. Tim was ringside. I think I heard it was Shakur. I could believe it was Shakur because you know they tight like that. So I'm just saying, like, man, you're dealing with motherfucker like Terrence. Not only like, okay, can you out boxing? We probably would pick him boxing over everybody. And then can you out fight him? In my mind, when I say out fight him, can you out nigga him? Who can out nigga this nigga? He thorough like that. So you better catch him and
Yeah,
fuck
you
him up.
funny as hell. That nigga said, "Can you out nigga him?"
You better,
That's a new one, man. I'm gonna have to sample that one.
hey,
You know,
and if y'all sample it and take it somewhere else, hey, if y'all sample it and take it somewhere else, y'all better say B.O.B. Athletics gave y'all that. You know what I'm saying?
B.O.B.
One right there, goddamn. That's something special.
I don't see him out, nigga. Look at his girl. Look at his girl who he got all them kids by. He ain't disrespected. He ain't left. He ain't got Hollywood. For a nigga to be that thorough and ground based to stay with that black woman when he could be doing 1,000 other things, and you know he probably doing everything. Come on now, he getting money, but for him to still be there and accepting that and eating that, motherfuckers making videos, talking shit. That's a different type of dude, dog. He not fucking around. I don't see.
Yo, that's another thing that I hate about the Errol Spence fans, man. They attacking Crawford wife and whatnot, talking about that bitch big and shit. I'm like, man, that's some disrespectful shit.
Man, that's some real sucker ass shit, man. I ain't my shit. See,
Hey,
them
look.
niggas try to look for any and everything they could find in order to take attention away from Errol Spence. See, we gotta call these niggas out for what it is. At the end of the day, all that shit is deflections. Nigga, what's up with that fade between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford? And why this nigga Errol Spence paying step aside money in order to take an inferior fight with your Dennis Ugas versus Terence Bud Crawford? That's what I need to know. Answer that question before you start talking about niggas' wives and all this.
And you know what's so sucker about the whole shit is that Earl a bad motherfucker too. So I'm saying everything I'm saying. And when the odds come out, it's gonna be probably 52% in Terrence's favor. Earl might beat him. And guess what? If he beat him, we gonna be like Earl that nigga. So I don't understand why they doing all the sucker shit, because it's like we ain't nobody trying to hate on Earl. It's like, let's get it on. And if you beat him, we gonna be like, you the guy. If any Terence Crawford fan come out, if they do fight afterwards and Earl beat him and say anything but salute to Earl, you a sucker. The same way for Earl fans. We don't want to hear nothing like I don't understand why Earl ain't got that anyway. Man, I don't know. This is a question I want to ask everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know.
What y'all think? What y'all think? Like when all this shit be going on and Terrence making the videos, like I'm looking for the big fish. What do y'all think Earl and Yellow Bees and them be talking about at the crib? So if we just put a video up and see Terrence in the ocean doing that, and then you around your friends and the rappers, how do that conversation go?
Shit, I'm quite sure he probably got a real homie probably telling him like, yo, dude, like this motherfucker been calling your ass out for years. Like, when you gonna step to this dude? So he probably got a real one at home, you know what I'm saying, telling him that shit, but he probably got a whole bunch of yes men around him too. They're like, yeah, man, stall this motherfucker out.
Man, people got to be realer than that, man. That's fake as fuck. Like I said, Yellow Beezy, in my eyes, he said he played by the gangster rules. He played by a certain code. He played by a certain gangster level and all this other gangster shit. So, hold on. Can't nobody come looking for us, and then we act like we don't see him. I don't give a fuck if you a peon or a giant, and there's different ways to handle different things. So, somebody who definitely ain't on my level can entice me to go give my whole life away. But I got a response for you, dog. You publicly address me, I'm going to publicly address you back. So for him not to do that, and then that's what I was thinking the other day. I remember that press conference when Earl was lightweight lit and was talking about his different sides of the streets and smoking mirrors. So you had all that tongue then, but now you ain't got no tongue. You ain't got nothing to say. Where we at with this shit? I don't get it.
I mean, I think Errol Spence, he does publicly address it, but it just be on social media.
What do you say on social media after
No,
that
I'm just
big
saying.
fit shit?
Oh no, I ain't saying nothing. Well, he came out talking about he doing the heavy lifting after he was in hiding forever.
That's
Once,
weak, man.
yeah,
That's
like
weak.
once that guys, you know what I'm saying, shit, that dude took the step aside money. All of a sudden, Errol Spence came out of hiding and was like, "I'm doing all the heavy lifting." I'm like, man, it's
Man, that shit was weak, man. We was just on this chat a little bit ago, and one homie was arguing with another homie, and homie addressed him because he addressed him. That's like homie said, "Oh, bitch ass shit." One homie on here got said some shit. The other homie, he talked about what happened. That's just like if that happened right now, the homie who addressed homie would have not said nothing and then came back tomorrow like, oh, I want to talk about dude. And nah, say that shit right now to him. Say, like homie did. He said, nigga, I ain't say this, that, and the third. I wasn't being belligerent. I didn't call him out his name. He stood like a man and said what he had to say. I'm not saying Earl's supposed to come back and violate him, but man, I'm telling you right now, that's a problem with this shit. If anybody addresses me publicly, you're going to get a public response ASAP. And right now. And like I said, a lot of the times I know and you know that it ain't gonna go physical or no fucking violence. But if you think you're going in front of my mom gotta read the shit, if you think you're gonna say something about me and my mom can see this shit, my sister, my brother can see this shit, and I'm just gonna be quiet, I can't go to no family reunions. They're gonna be like, what was that about? You ain't saying nothing. Come on, man.
I mean, to me, I think the best way Errol Spence could have handled it, like when Terence Crawford came out with that video, the best way Errol Spence could have handled that situation is be like, fuck it, we gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, trying to find a back door and shit, he could have just been like, all right, yo, Al, let's make this fight.
I feel that. I feel that, and I definitely agree. But man, when you publicly address me, man, a public response is the right defense and the right thing to do. It can't be all right, because if we gonna fight, that shit might be 6-8 months later. So the whole 8 months, niggas is like, he talking shit. I ain't giving a nigga that. I'm not giving nobody that.
Nah, but you gotta look at it like this way. Like, so it might not be in Errol Spence. Well, I guess it's not really in him now, because remember Errol Spence was talking all that shit when he was chasing Keith Thurman, but it ain't in him now when somebody press him. But I look at it like this: somebody like what's his name? The dude from Nicaragua or whatever his name, that dude from back in the day, when he was talking all that shit to Oscar De La Hoya, right? Oscar De La Hoya ain't shit talking back. Oscar De La Hoya was like, damn, you offended my family and whatever. We gonna see what's gonna happen in the ring. Oscar De La Hoya beat the shit out of him. The same Nicaraguan dude slapped Shane Mosley wife on the ass and shit. You know what I'm
What you
saying?
talking about,
Spit in his face.
Mayorga?
Mayorga. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might not be in certain people to like just talk shit. They just gonna put hands on you when it
I, I,
when they get the chance.
I feel that, but that might be like Mexican culture. That's why I said we talking about black nigga culture, black culture. You roll around with yellow beezy, y'all saying y'all gangsters, y'all saying y'all tough, y'all saying that it's like this. So we don't want no Mexican response. That's some Mexican shit. Black people don't do that shit.
Nah, but Mayorga wasn't.
No. I'm gonna end the live, bruh. Y'all make y'all closing remarks, man. I'm gonna start with you, Don Biz. You've been quiet for a little while. I'm gonna start with you, family.
Nah, just been hearing the live. There's been some good shit. Good points going on. And yeah, that's it, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, my man. Short and sweet to the point, man. Appreciate you. B.O.B., man, what's going on? Closing remarks before we end this
Hey,
thing.
I fuck with y'all. Like I said, I'm about to subscribe. When you see me, I'm gonna hit the link. Shit, I'm trying to tap in, man. I like this channel because, like I said, straight boxing talk, no bullshit. Niggas can say what they gotta say, and I'm fucking with y'all. So that's it, man.
Appreciate that, fam. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. That's all we do here, man. Just straight boxing talk. We ain't worried about nothing else. Bold on you, bro. Closing remarks.
Hey man, thanks for inviting me on, King David, man. We always be chopping it up, you know what I'm saying, when you come on and stuff, man. I really appreciate your show. And good chopping it up with the other guys here on the panel as well, man. And if everybody in the chat, man, just please smash that like button and subscribe. And and another thing too, if y'all want to subscribe to my page as well, that's called Bold and Understanding. If y'all want to subscribe there, I gotta start uploading a lot more videos, but I be busy a lot, so I'm gonna start putting some more up in there.
I'll be
Yeah,
over there.
man, I subscribe to my guy channel, Bold and Understanding, man. I just subscribed to you today, man. I wasn't subscribed to you. I just subscribed to you today, so you should see me on there, man. So, yo, y'all,
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
anybody
it.
else got a YouTube channel, man, you want to put on, man? B.O.B., you got one?
Man, my channel is a basketball channel, but it's B.O.B. Athletics. You know what I'm saying? I'm a basketball player for real. I train the kids and all that type of shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm a basketball guy. I'm a coach and all that. So, B.O.B. Athletics, you know what I'm saying? You see my shit, tap in.
Yeah, I subscribe. Shit, I be subscribed to all that stuff.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Subscribe, yeah. Don Biz, you got a channel, man, you want to plug on here, bro? Before we hop
Nah,
off?
I ain't got a channel. I just join other channels, just talk boxing. That's all I do.
Hey, I just got one more thing to say, Keith David. Hey man, AB, if you still listening, man, listen, bro. It's all good, man. We still cool, bro. That's it.
Man, y'all something else, man. Hey, but it get heated on here, bro. I ain't here to censor nobody or nothing like that, but we do want to keep it boxing, you know what I mean? And AB, if you listening to you, shout out to you, fam. You always welcome on here. You family over here, fam. So, but we're gonna go ahead and end off on that note, man. I appreciate everybody for jumping on the live today, man. Bo, Don Biz, B.O.B., and AB. Everybody who was in the comment section today, Lewis Coleman. You know what I'm saying? And amongst some others. I appreciate everybody for being on, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. Till the next
100.
one. Peace.
100.
In Kell Brook now, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia. Who do you want next?
Oh, I'm chilling on my ranch. I just bought a new ranch. I got a couple horses. I'm getting some more horses, get some chickens, some